Hi, I'm Marsh from StrataGames, and today we're trying a brand new brew that I just threw together. Something I've kind of been working on for a while, an idea I had a long time ago, but really only honed in on it this past week, which is funny because then I actually saw Siege Ryan, another Pauper creator, put up a video playing a very similar deck to this. So if you like this one, definitely go check them out as well. But basically the idea is to play Mutate in this deck. So we have Vulpikeet and Migratory Greathorn, which are mutate creatures. Basically the creature kind of is like an aura and then changes the base power and toughness of the creature. That's the key part, right? So Migratory Greathorn is going to make, or whatever we mutate onto, a 3/4. Vulpikeet's going to make it a 2/3, but it also gets a +1/+1 counter, so also a 3/4 basically, with flying. And our goal is to mutate these onto the Faithful Watchdog, which is a 0/0 vigilance that enters with 3 counters. So if we mutate onto it, it'll instantly be a 6/7, which is extremely strong with vigilance and maybe even flying. Slightly weaker, but also some benefits. We have Phantom Nomad, which is a 2/2, or rather it enters with 2/+1/+1 counters, but if damage would be dealt to this creature, you prevent that damage and remove a counter from this creature instead, which means it's harder to kill with any red-based removal, which can be really nice for us. That is the main idea of the deck. We're kind of doing this Voltron creature, and once we've assembled it, we really need it to not die. So we have a lot of ways to protect it. 4 Hyena Umbra, which gives Umbra armor, and 4 Snakeskin Veil to give it hexproof. These are our main ways to keep our creature alive. But we're also doing kind of a Bogles thing with Armadillo Cloak to make it even bigger. If we are against a red opponent, they probably won't be able to kill it once it's mutated because it's really, really big, and then the life gain can just be untenable for them. A Bannerhide Cruciak is another way that we can pump our creatures with Reinforce or Scavenge, or it's just another creature with Trample that can be mutated onto or put an Armadillo Cloak on or whatever. Migratory Greathorn, when it mutates, it also Rampant Growths us, so I wanted something to do with that mana when we get up to 5 or 6, so we have a couple Nyxborn Hydras as well as a couple Generous Ents in our mana base over here. We also have a couple Ram Through as removal, and we didn't really have anything else to play on turn 1, so we're just playing some basic Llanowar Elves. Sorry, I actually got to swap those out real quick for the best Llanowar Elves art. So Llanowar Elves can just ramp us, which can make it easier to especially mutate on the same turn that we can Hyena Umbra or Snakeskin Veil so that we can protect our creature as well as grow it. But this is also just an elf which can be mutated onto. Something I didn't mention is that Mutate, in case you don't remember, has to target a non-human creature. So of course we want all of our creatures to be non-human. Faithful Watchdog, Phantom Nomad is a spirit, Llanowar Elves is an elf, so can mutate onto any of those. Then our sideboard, some generic stuff until we know what more we need to deal with. Thraben Charms, Dust to Dust, Weather the Storm, Ram Through, and Relic of Progenitus. Let's just take this for a league and see how we do. Thanks to Card Market for sponsoring this video. I've written a comprehensive guide on how to play White Weenie in Pauper, including my ideal stock list, over 30 sideboard matchups, and a sideboard cheat sheet, which gives you a very easy snapshot view and what to sideboard for every single matchup. I also have guides for Black Sack and Esper Affinity. Each guide is only $15, and if you buy one, you will get all future updates that I ever make to that guide for free. I also offer coaching, so if you're interested in upping your Pauper game for any of the decks that I'm very proficient in, or if you're interested in having me play your deck in a future video, you can do a deck donation, which is the only way you'll ever see me playing Cycle Storm or Flickertron. Alright, we're on the play here, and we have none of our mutate creatures, but we just have elves and a couple of our 2-drops. I think we'll keep it. Of course, if we want to get our white mana down, we're not playing elves on turn 1. I think we're going to do this, actually. We're against elves. Bannerhide Cruciak. I think we're going to just play the Watchdog, which can start attacking. Going to be hard to outrace elves, but maybe a Ram Through or something could be beneficial for us. They just play a Timberwatch Elf and pass. Ugh. Unfortunately, we get the Vulpikeet, but we have all tap lands. So I can't actually mutate it this turn. I could Bannerhide Cruciak onto this, hit for 5. We just play a Radiant Grove. The next turn I can Vulpikeet, jump it. It gets +3, so we're hitting for 8. So we have a 2-turn clock. If they don't have life gain or Reachers, that gets them pretty quick. I kind of think that's the way to do it. Like, I could play a Phantom Nomad or an Elves this turn, but I don't think either of those does enough. So yeah, I think we're just gonna Bannerhide here, hit for 5, play a Radiant Grove, and pass the turn. I mean, without life gain or reach or them killing us, which hopefully won't happen, we could have a turn 5 kill on them here. Winding Way hits just an Elvish Mystic and a Generous Ent. Not too bad. They play a Priest of Titania. Armadillo Cloak is Trample, so if they do get a Reacher, which I guess they could have with a Generous Ent, then I can at least get over it. Cycle this Generous Ent for another Forest. Play that. Yeah, I could just Armadillo Cloak now, but then they know about it and the Vandal could be problematic. Like a Master Vandal could be problematic. And they They could block, but they wouldn't really. I think we'll just go for the Vulpikeet here and turn our dog into a fox bird dog. But the result will be the top creature with the abilities of each card underneath it. So we want to put this over so that it's a 2/3 with all the counters. Look at that. Becomes a 8/9 with flying and vigilance. So even if they play a Generosent, I can make it 10 power trample, so I'll trample for 3, so it won't quite be lethal unless we get like a ram through or something, which I guess that wouldn't do it. But it'll still be pretty good. I guess with their Timberwatch Elf pumping the Generosent, it could fall short. I don't know. They play Elvish Mystic. I mean, it's pretty cool what we're doing regardless, but I'm hoping we can get there. I guess a ram through could just kill the Generosent. No, because they could tap this to keep it alive. Ugh. Yeah, without any removal, like, we're doing cool stuff, but they're definitely going to be able to have a blocker. And they have a Masked Vandal, but nothing to exile, and also just, you know, I don't currently have an enchantment, because this is not an enchantment. They played the Generosent. They can give it +5, so it would be a 10/12. This is going to be a 10/11, which means I'll at least gain the 10 if I won't trample over. Nyxborn Hydra, that only gives +2 as well. So close. Alright, Armadillo Cloak, 5, 10, 12. Yeah, so I can attack, unless they have like a combat trick. I am not going to kill the Ent, but I can at least gain 10 life. And the next turn I can Hydra, and if they can't make it much bigger, like if they don't have any more elves, maybe Hydra can get there. Or if I get that ram through. We also get to play Llanowar Elves, which ramps our mana a little bit. Alright, we'll see what they can do here. I mean, they have 1,000,000 mana, so things are scary. For sure. Another Timberwatch Elf. And a Hydra of their own. 13, 15. So I just need a ram through. So if I attack, I'd have to ram through something in response to this. I don't know. Oh my gosh, we actually got the ram through. So if I can use it on a creature that they don't pump, then I can kill them because I can trample. Because this already has trample. I'll trample for a bunch. But the problem is I can only put this for like 1 here, which would be an 11. It wouldn't be big enough to actually force them to pump here. And there's no reason for them to pump on the end step. I might have to just wait for them to attack us and try to deal us lethal and double pump, and then we get to hit them. I kind of think that's what we have to do. Like, I can't attack, right? Because this is 10. Because this would be 22 power or toughness. So I can't even attack and then trample. I guess if I Nyxborn Hydra this for 1, attack, and then try to ram through, they pump it, they trade. That's not good enough. Yeah, I guess I'm going to play this Phantom Nomad. I also need them to not have another Masked Vandal for the Armadillo Cloak. So maybe I should have put the Hydra on here to give it trample again. Ugh, I don't know. It'd be so obvious what I'm doing, though, I feel like. Like, we're at 30 life, which is a lot, but if this is 13, they can give it 14, 27, so this can almost be lethal. If they can make it enough lethal that they'll attack with it, at least force me to block, and then they'll double pump, and then I can kill them in response? I think that's all we can do. I don't know. Alright, we're just gonna pass. Hope for the best. They're gonna attack with Masked Vandal. I mean, I think I just block. They have to double pump, and then I can probably kill them. Unless they're playing something weird main deck, like a Hexproof or something. I think this forces them to double pump and we can win the game. Because they pump there for +7, but that's not quite going to be enough. They pump again, and then I go Vulpikeet onto Timberwatch Elf. I guess they could have like an untap spell, but that doesn't seem super likely. All right. That wasn't slow rolling. I just needed them to tap those 2 guys, but we end up getting that one. That's fun. I didn't bring any way to wipe the board because we're the worst 2 colors to do it. Of course, I could have played like Holy Light. I chose not to. We do get more ram throughs and 3-Ribbon Charms. Hopefully that'll be enough. They're not going to have much in the way of removal, so I think we can just take out the Hyenumbras and a Snakeskin Veil. The other Snakeskins could just be instant speed. Combat tricks. Hyenumbra could be good too, but I think this is probably better. Alright, that was a cool first game. Alright, this hand is... Taplands are so brutal. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, we can Vulpikeet, I guess. On this? Ugh. I mean, no, on the draw. Maybe on the play it could be okay. It's not a very good hand, but like, it's just so slow on the draw. Even with the ram through, I think we get rid of it. Well, double planes isn't going to cut it. Triple planes. I guess we'll keep this one because we actually have a good 1, 2, 3. So we'll get rid of these 2. As long as we can get a forest in like 2 turns. 2 draws, that is. We'll play Plains. They just lead the Stampede. Come on, give me a Forest. It's the only way I have any shot of winning this game. Let's just make the game interesting, you know? Nope. Pass. Play Timberwatch Elf. Pass. Now we get a Forest, but it's too late. Like, I can play Watchdog while they play, like, Avenging Hunter. Then I jump it, take the initiative. Maybe that's okay, but they also have a Timberwatch Elf. Since we drew the Forest, I guess I'll keep playing it out, but seems like a lost cause, probably. Cycle an Ent. They have a Monstrous Emergence to kill our Hunter, or kill our Watchdog with their Hunter, because they were scared. Play the Quarian Ranger, as they should be. Like, actually, if they did just play the Hunter and then we were able to jump it and stuff, we might actually be okay. We got the Nomad. Ugh, this would have survived. It doesn't have Vigilance and it's smaller, so even if I jump it, the Hunter's going to come back at me. I mean, we're kind of close, but there's no way we're going to win that. Let's try for game 3. Just give me a reasonable hand, please. That's not it. Oh my god, come on. Alright, we'll keep this one. Put back these Hydras. Play an Elf. Ram through. Just gonna pass. If they play a Timberwatch Elf, I can reinforce this and then ram that through. They're gonna Monstrous Emergence. Okay, I guess I'll kill their elves. What a jerk. Play a Quarian Ranger and we don't get a land. Alright. Well, elves is kind of a tough one for any brew anyway. That doesn't have a bunch of removal in it. Alright, this is a turn 2 Nomad. And then I can protect it, buff it with a Crew Shock. Seems okay. Against red, Nomad also has a better chance of surviving. Ooh, and then if we get to mutate the Great Horn onto it, that's pretty dang good. Oh, looks like Boros, which is potentially worse because they will have like Journey to Nowhere to get rid of the Great Horned Nomad. But we're going to play it. They're just going to journey it right away. I mean, better than we invest in it, I suppose, but we were going to leave up Snakeskin Veil probably right away. So that's annoying. I mean, they're kind of taking my approach. If you don't know what the card does or what its purpose is, it's probably the most terrifying thing ever, and you should kill it. But I don't like when my opponents employ that strategy. I'm going to play a Crew Shock. If it survives this turn, then I have a lot of ways to make it survive in the future. We'll see, though. They could just have another journey. No, they let it go. Watchdog. Alright, we'll swing for 4, play Watchdog. And that can get bolted, but then I can Snakeskin Veil. And if they double bolt, that's fine. They have a lot of lands over there. There's the bolt. Snakeskin. I thought about going for Hyena Umbra proactively, but then I figured if they had 2 bolts already, it was going to die and I would just lose an extra thing. They have the Galvanic to take down the Bannerhide. Okay. But the Watchdogs survived. That's actually the one I want more, though they didn't know that. Because now we get to mutate onto it, make it even bigger. Over, search for a Forest, Hyena Umbra. We have a Snakeskin Veil for another journey. And it's an 8/9 First Strike Vigilance, which is a 2-turn clock. Not to mention an Armadillo Cloak next turn. I mean, I guess this is what happens when your opponent only has removal spells, but still pretty good. Skyfisher. I feel like they're going to bounce this journey and then try to take this, which is fair. Probably what they should do. At least we get back our other guy, plus hopefully the Snakeskin Veil works. I guess they would need to have like an instant speed journey effect for it to not work. So keep that guy around, and then I get to give it trample and we just win. And another Snakeskin Veil to boot. Cloak, swing with the team for 13 damage. Even if they block here, they take 10, and if they bolt this, it still stays with a counter, so they would still take 9. So it should be good either way. Alright, took the first game. Even through a lot of removal, we had the answers to it. I think Dust to Dust should be decent here. Umbra is good against the bolts for our guys before they've come out of their, before they've mutated. Probably Ram Through's not as necessary. But Dust to Dust is pretty good. Maybe cut one of these. Well, we have the Dust to Dust. I'm not confident that's like the main game plan, but we need one more land. But we also have Vulpikeet, Bannerhide, some nice protection. So yeah, I mean, I would love like a Watchdog and a land. Those are my next 2 draws. Another Dust to Dust might be a little heavy-handed. If we were against Affinity, obviously we'd love it, but they need to play a lot of artifact lands for me to, yeah, really be happy with the Dust to Dusts. I mean, if I took Double Clue, that's not terrible, but that's not going to happen this turn anyway. Watchdogs, come on. Or the other one, the Nomad. A 2-drop would be nice, though. Alright, Plains is fine. And Olympus. Let's go to the bottom. I just hope they don't have a Glinthawk this turn. Okay, so I get to eat Olympus and a Clue. No lands, unfortunately. There's a Generous Ent. I mean, this means I don't necessarily have Bannerhide next turn, but I can cut off their ability to, like, Glint Hawk effectively. I don't know, seems okay to me. There's an artifact land. Crack a clue right away. Rude. Seeker of the Way. Alright, land would be decent, so I can play a Cruise Shock. I mean, I prefer a forest, but I'll take it. It does just die to whatever, seeing as I don't have protection for it. I could throw out the Vulpikeet as a blocker. 4 mana for a 2/3 flyer is not very good. But then if it eats a bolt, then the Cruise Shock survives maybe, but I don't know. They're going to attack. I'm going to take it because I assume they have a Lightning Bolt that they want to trade with an Inspector for this guy. They Galvanic Blast. Okay, I guess they're just going to double Galvanic or get... Yep. I guess if I blocked here, they could have done the face. If they blocked here, I don't know what they would have done, but... Alright, fair enough. Skyfisher, pick up Inspector. Just drawing a bunch of lands. I mean, I guess that's fine at this point. Yeah, we kind of just gotta play this, and I get Hyena Umbra, then it's a 3/4 with First Strike. Yeah, I think we do that. It's hard for them to get through. They have to have 2 bolts. If they do have a Journey, then it's pretty bad, but whatever. Great Furnace, crack a clue. They tanked for a while and then swung with the team. I don't believe they have 2 spells for this Seeker. Actually, if they do, then letting it through actually just kills us. So I think that's the block. Like if they have 2 bolts, that is, or Galvanics. There's 1 Lightning Bolt. If they have a second, then again, we're dead either way. And I'm not sure why they were tanking so hard. Yep, there's the Galvanic Blast. 5 damage, so this eats the Hyena but survive. We survive at 1. What do we need? Not sure. Armadillo Cloak could be maybe okay, but that's not quite good enough. They have 4 attackers. Yeah, we can't get there. Well, I gotta say, those Dust to Dusts were a lot less impressive than if we just had, like, Ram Throughs. So maybe we should just save those for the affinity matchups. A lot of protection, 2 lands. I think we're gonna keep. We have to hit a land and a creature to be in a really good spot. But then if we do, we're in a great spot. I don't know. Feels like a tough situation. We get an Armadillo Cloak. I guess we gotta hit a land, otherwise we're just dead in the water. Inspector, and another. And we get a Cruise Shock. They play Olympus, swing for 2. I mean, a land I guess doesn't even get us there now because like these are 4 drops, not 3 drops. I mean, I'm not upset to get the land, but like, we really needed to get one of those creatures. They draw a card with the clue, trying to hit a land drop, swing for 2. They do get the planes and pass. Bro, okay, I guess we'll discard a Bannerhide Cruise Shock. See if we can get a land or a 2-drop creature next turn. Or a 1-drop creature, and elves would be like okay, I guess. Synth into Thraben Charm. That's no good because I'm not doing anything. You losers. They exile our graveyard, sure. Not really a big deal. Glint Hawk, the Limbus, and they pass. We get a plains, so I guess I'll play a Cruise Shock. Just for it to get killed, I'm sure. They replay a Limbus, Galvanic Blast, swing for 4, Dawnbringer Cleric. Exile the Cruise Shock. I'm not really worried about it. I'm not going to be scavenging anytime soon. Oh my god, we get a Phantom Nomad. Is there any way we can win this game? I can play it, I can immediately Hyena Umbra it, and we have a Snakeskin Veil up. Yeah, the next turn maybe I can Armadillo Cloak. They just Galvanic us. They don't even care about it. So I'm taking 4, so any bolt will just kill us here. Synth into plains. They have the Journey. Gonna Snakeskin Veil our creature in response to the ETB, which means that they'll have to target one of their own creatures. That's because it must target a creature, and they can't target the Nomad. So they're gonna take out the Samurai since it's the only one that can't attack. I'm gonna block here and hope we don't die to a bolt. Theoretically, if we survive, yep, didn't think so. Then we could Armadillo Cloak and Hyena Umbra. Get 7 power on this. Start attacking, gain 7 every single turn. I think we could have won that, actually. Unfortunate. Alright, this one, we do have a turn 2 dog. Seems okay. Creoseat Heath. We get an Elves. Looks like we're against Gardens. It's going to be hard to keep dog alive, probably. So I could just play the dog now, or I could Generous Ent, cycle, play an Elves, and the next turn I could play dog with Hyena Umbra and maybe Snakeskin Veil backup. I think that's worth it. Not too worried about the Campfire because we're going to ideally be hitting for a ton of damage at once, so Campfire shouldn't matter too much. Activate Campfire right away using their colored mana is very interesting. I guess they're going to rot farm back their tap land. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, they don't want us to attack with this Elves without getting to ping it, but I'm never going to be attacking with it with the desert. I don't know. They got me good, though. What do I know? The good thing is they bounce their swamp, so I don't even have to worry about a snuff out. So we'll just play Watchdog and then a Hyena Umbra on it immediately. They're also really far away from, like 4 swamps away from Defile to kill this, which means the Umbra armor is going to be real nice. Play a Garden. I would love to draw Vulpikeet right here. That's pretty good too, because Trample means that the plant doesn't block anything. Well, it blocks 1, but if they want to sacrifice it, it doesn't block anything. Also makes Ram through even better. They do sacrifice, but they're still going to take 6. We're going to gain 6. They play a Wellspring, Swamp. We still know they have a Haunted Mire, Nutrient Block. Oh, okay, so it looks like it's Food Pest, actually. They tapped their Desert. I can get in with the Llanowar Elves. 7. Probably just want to... I could play Krushock. That leaves the dogs susceptible. I kind of just want to play Nomad, I think. We'll hit for 7. Also, if they're Pestilence, they're going to have a lot of removal still, but a few less removal spells. And Pestilence is not going to kill this Watchdog anytime soon, so that's nice. Crack the Nutrient Block. Crack the Wellspring. Draw 3. Another Campfire. Well, now they're going to be adding up a little bit, but we're still heading for a good amount. They got to discard that Haunted Mire. Kind of wish I was just drawing lands. Attack with the team. I have double Snakeskin now. I could hold back Elves. I think we're just attacking with everybody. They have a Fog. They have Heritage Reclamation to destroy our enchantment. I can't stop that. Unfortunate. They didn't choose the Umbra, though, which is honestly decent because this guy survives. I'm going to reinforce on this Elves to just hit harder. They can Desert on the Nomad to shrink it, but I'm kind of fine with that. I could Snakeskin to be able to keep it alive, or to make it from prevent it from losing a counter, but I don't think that's important enough. They're going to gain 2 with a Campfire. We have 9 damage on board. Probably not going to win this next turn. It's going to take 2 more. Ugh, always a slog. Tithing Blade. Well, that's a little worse, seeing as we just pumped our smallest guy. I think I just get rid of the Nomad then. Another Campfire. Jeez. I mean, I'm just going to Snakeskin Veil for an extra counter here. They're gaining too much. Like, I can attack for 8, but they can gain 6, so they're offsetting it by 6, so it's only 2 that I'm really dealing. I can play a 2/3 Nyxborn Hydra. Doesn't seem very good. Viscerator's Insight, and a Familiar. Well, we're given this Trample again, and I'm just going to assume that they don't have a removal spell for it, because that's what I'm hoping for. Well, they have the Cast Down. Get rid of the Hyena Umbra, and they have another one? No. Well, I tapped out of the Snakeskin Veil, and obviously they immediately take advantage of that, which is fair, if a little annoying. Activate all their Campfires. We're hitting for 8. Down to 3. If we had Ram through up, oh, we could have just won. Even if we dealt 2 less damage, that would have been good. Nutrient Block. Viscerator's Insight the block. Okay. If they don't have a kill spell for this, then Snakeskin Veil plus Ram through should probably kill them. That'd be pretty good. Ooh, Vulpikeet. Flies. I can actually make it the Elves fly. Attack for 5. Here, they would need a Fog, and then I have a Ram through, or a Kill Spell, but they would need double Kill Spell. Alright, we're going to mutate onto this Elves. Over. Swing with the team. Ooh, we took the game. Alright, I just realized we have a ton of Relics and Thraben Charms. Maybe overkill, but decent. Ram through, it was about to potentially win us the game if things are going to go poorly, but it almost feels not that good because they don't have that many creatures. Trample's important. Everything in our deck's actually pretty good because the Umbras and the Veils are good. Thraben Charm hits a Pestilence if I need to, as well as exiling the graveyard. Relics can just attack the graveyard a lot, though. Ram through's a better way to steal a game, but on the draw, is it enough? Maybe we just go for Relics here. I don't know. Alright, we're going to keep it. It's not amazing, but we just have decent mana. Decent late game creatures. Could be okay. Heath. Pass. I realize I can just play a Nyxborn Hydra on 2, and then I could Great Horn mutate it onto it. It's not terrible. I would need another land to be able to do that on curve, so I'm not gonna go for it. I could also just play it for 0, but that seems really bad. That's just a waste of a card. Play this and pass. They just go for an Offering. Looking for a land. Don't find it. We have a land here. They're going to discard a Cauldron Familiar. So here I could play a 2/3 Hydra. The next turn I can Great Horn onto it with a Snakeskin Veil. Yeah, I mean, if they just kill it now, it's not great, but I think it's fine. They're also looking for lands, so we want to take advantage of that. They cycle a Troll, and then just go for the Throat of the Hydra. But which one? Which Throat did they go for? Shouldn't there be 2 more Throats after that? Alright, we do get a Nomad, which is pretty decent. I'm actually going to play that instead of the Crew Shock, because then I can hold up Snakeskin Veil. And then next turn we can go for the Great Horn. It becomes a 5/6, which is decent. They try to cast it down right away. We're going to Snakeskin. It grows. Bajuka Bog. Okay, that doesn't currently matter. That's fine. They can't Tithing Blade. That would have been a disaster, actually. Ugh, if we can get a random elf for a Tithing Blade check, that'd be pretty good. But if not, we'll just have to hope for the best. I mean, I guess instead of the Great Horn here, which gives 3 more damage and ramps, I could just play the Crew Shock out. That's actually a little better. It's more damage, it's more mana efficient, and it's much better against a Tithing Blade. So let's just attack for 3. They sack the block to get back the Familiar. It wouldn't even have been 3 more damage because of this Familiar, so it's pretty good that I did not. Kind of forgot about that. Where's our relics? So it's better this way because we get the Crew Shock, which has Trample. Although Nomad loses a counter, which is pretty unfortunate. Forgot about that. Cycle a Troll for a Swamp. Try to kill the Bannerhide. We're gonna try to protect it. They've already used 2 cast downs and go for the Throat, so hopefully it won't die. It didn't, it looks like. They have a draw 2 that they decided to wait to play. Ooh, Hyena Umbra's good. I mean, we got a Great Horn here because here it doesn't buff much, but unfortunately, the Trample being over here means that it's just gonna get blocked here, but whatever. Turns into a 5/6. We get to ramp, and because it's more important to keep the Trampler alive, I'm gonna put the Hyena Umbra on the Crew Shock. Swing with the team. They're going to sack the Familiar, bring it back, jump block the Great Horn, which does still shrink, unfortunately. Looks like they're going to sack it to a Fanatical, so it won't shrink there, but otherwise it would. They do take 6. They Fanatical Offering, Nutrient Block, and a Wellspring. So what do I need? Armadillo Cloak for this would be great. A Hydra would actually be probably even better because it's way bigger. Nothing is not quite what I was wanting. That's for sure. Bring back Familiar, Chump. They do take 6. They have 7 cards, though. I feel like this is not going to be something I'm going to be able to keep up. They're going to just kill all our stuff and we'll lose, is what I'm expecting. Cast down the Crew Shock. Hyena Umbra goes away. Tragic Slip the Great Horn. Nothing's died this turn because the Umbra didn't go away. They did not do that right. If they had just cast down the Great Horn, it would have died, and then they could have Tragic Slipped this, and it would have... They had everything. Cast down this, something dies, Tragic Slip gets through the Umbra, and they kill both. And they just... I mean, this isn't something that comes up all the time, but, you know, they misplayed their cards, and we end up taking the match. Look at us. All right, we are on the play here. Triple Crew Shock. I think we'll keep. Generous Scent gives us our green mana. Crew Shock is just a really good card. And, you know, if we draw a land, we're happy. If we draw a creature, we're happy. The only thing we're not happy about is drawing more 4-drops, which is, you know, most of our deck is not 4-drops. So they're on something red, which means Armadillo Cloak's going to be particularly good if we can get it to stick. Obviously, drawing like Watchdog into Vulpikeet would be incredible, assuming they don't kill the Watchdog immediately. We do draw the land. I obviously would have preferred something else right there, but again, I can just start slamming Crew Shocks. One of them is bound to survive. If they're not a Galvanic Blast deck, then it's going to be really hard for them to take them down efficiently, in which case one of them survives and then gets an Armadillo Cloak on it, and we might be okay. Grab the prize. Then again, I could also just be dead by turn 4. All lands. Not quite what we wanted. Oh, it is Rakdos. That's a little better because they have less removal. Oh, they forget to attack. Less removal and less burst potential. They're going to just have more sustainable damage, generally. So, like, I'm not as worried about dying next turn as I would be if they could, like, Gutter Snipe us. Play Crew Shock. They do bolt us here. I mean, I could definitely still die. I just am less worried about the potential. But, in before we die. I will say if we don't die, I get to Armadillo Cloak, and assuming they can't kill the Crew Shock in response, then I get to ram through. I can instantly gain 12 life. So we might just win if we don't just die. But I guess if they Fiery Temper, and then bolt us, or an Alms of the Vein in there somewhere, we will certainly perish. Fiery Temper, Kitchen Imp. Okay, that might fall just short of killing us. Because this hits for 2, we got a 4. 1 Lightning Bolt doesn't do it. They've already played their land, so unless they're on like Fire Blast. Hyena Umbra is good, but not something I can afford to play right now because we just must go for this play. Armadillo Cloak, because even just gaining 6 here doesn't really make me confident I'll survive. But gaining 6 and then another 6 plus killing the Kitchen Imp seems pretty good to me. And I trample for another 4 as well. So suddenly we're at 16, they're at 10. Seems strong. And now even if they like double bolt our Crew Shock, we'll be in a pretty good spot to survive, and then we can land a Crew Shock. Hyena Umbra on it. They go for a robbery. Like right now we're just playing susceptible slow Bogles, which is usually my brand of brews, is susceptible and slow. They do Alms of the Vein. Discard a Snacker. Swing for 1. Might as well. Plains. Well, we'll definitely Umbra this. I could double Reinforce on this, which would put us to 11. If it was lethal, I probably would. Since it's not lethal, I think I might as well just play a Crew Shock because there's an off chance that they could be playing like Extract a Confession or something in the main deck. Usually they play those in the sideboard, so I'm not really expecting it, but that would be the way that I could lose that game. So I think having just another Crew Shock is good. I have Weather the Storms in the sideboard just because I already have Armadillos in the main, but it's possible I should just have more Armadillos in the main. I don't really know. But Weather the Storm can be good to keep us alive in the meantime. And then, yeah, Ram Through with Armadillo is really good. Obviously, Relics generally are okay in this matchup if they have creatures. Sometimes they don't. And if I don't have the Armadillo Cloak, then they're kind of a waste. Huh, tough call. Well, I don't think I need 4. Maybe a couple is fine. That's where we were at originally. Cut a couple Hyena Umbras. Oh, brother, I could keep the same hand with just Crew Shock, Armadillo Cloak. I'm pretty sure we were on the draw last time. Nope, we were on the play. So now we're on the draw. It feels like it's probably not going to work. They mulligan to 6, though. Yeah, let's keep it. Obviously, if we get a creature in the first couple turns, then I can get a Vulpikeet out earlier, and then Armadillo Cloak on that would be great. I probably have to be a little worried about like Dark Withering as a potential sideboard card. They have the Epicure. We do get the Nomad. It's a pretty good draw. It's hard to kill and lets me Vulpikeet into Armadillo Cloak. They swing for 1. They're going to crack a Blood right away, looking for a land, I assume. Put a Snacker in the bin. They do find a Carnarium. Okay, maybe they just had the Carnarium, so they wanted to use their mana. Either way, they have lands. Alright, play the Nomad, pass the turn. They're going to swing. I don't want to block because I would lose a counter, make it easier to kill. They go for a Faithless, discard Highway Robbery and Mountain, and Vampire's Kiss. So I can go for an Armadillo Cloak right away. Gain 4 is pretty nice, but we are susceptible to removal. Of course, like 2 burn spells would... Actually, 2 burn spells wouldn't kill us. It would still be a 2/2. Oh my gosh. If damage would be dealt to this creature, prevent that damage. Separate sentence, remove a +1/+1 counter. Does that mean this can't be dealt damage at all? So even without counters, I don't think it would die, which means the only way they could kill this is like a Dark Withering, if they brought that in, or an Extract a Confession. That almost makes me want to Armadillo Cloak it right now and hit for 4. And the next turn I can still Vulpikeet it, which would add 3. I think we're gonna... Gaining 4 is pretty good. If they have the removal spell that actually kills it, then we still gained 4. They're lowish on resources, and we have a lot of creatures to follow it up with. And if not, we get to just Vulpikeet, and we're in a great spot. But I didn't even... I just assumed it was, you know, remove a counter to prevent the damage, and if you couldn't, it would just die. But I guess the thought is that it would be dead already if it has no counters on it because it's a 0/0. They grab the prize, discarding a Highway Robbery, which means I think this is just indestructible to damage. It can never die, which would be pretty cool. That actually makes this another upside to this over the Watchdog. Like, they're both just different. Vampire's Kiss, yeah, they're just trying to deal the damage they can, but ooh, it is not going to be enough. Vulpikeet's going to make this 7 power, so we go back up to... And that's a great draw, because now even if they have a Dark Withering, I get to Snakeskin Veil. So now it has to be like Extract a Confession for us to lose our guy. Put this over. Attack with a 7/8. Trample, Pseudo Lifelink. Go up to 19. They have a Grab the Prize, discarding a Kitchen Imp. Discard a Snacker to a Blood token. Jagged Barrens. Swing for 5. All that work to deal 8 damage, and I'll gain 7 of it back right away. The only downside is we don't have more than 1 green mana, so I can't really play anything here unless I want to open ourselves up to a Dark Withering, killing our guy, which is probably fine. Because if I just play a Hydra as a 4/5, even if they do kill this, Hydra's almost lethal. With a Crew Shock, it is lethal. Yeah, I think that's fine. It might actually even be better to hedge this way in case they do have like an extract a confession. And it's just a nice blocker. They just go to combat. I mean, I'll block here. I can certainly take the damage, I think, but if they want to like spend resources to kill this, I'm totally fine with that. Vampire's Kiss, Fiery Temper, the Face. If they can't kill the Hydra, or don't kill the Hydra, then they're dead on board. Faithless Looting, Get Back Snacker, and no cards in hand. I think we're going to take them down. Alright, definitely a good matchup for us, I think, with the Armadillo Clicks in the main. Alright, we have turn 2 Nomad, decent ways to pump it. We're going to keep. Not sure what they're going to be playing. Radiant Fountain. Watchdogs also pretty good. We'll ping them for 1, take away 1 of that life. I mean, Radiant Fountain's most often used in like Orzhov Glintblade or Boros Synth, so it could be one of those. And there's a Basilica right away, so Orzhov it looks like. Vulpikeet, if we draw a land next turn, like we're drawing exactly what we want. They will have Tithing Blades if that's what they're playing, which means these Umbras and stuff are going to be a lot worse. I think I'm going to play the Watchdog. It's a bigger creature, so if it just gets eaten, it's unfortunate, but the Nomad can actually, like if they use 1 Tithing Blade on the Watchdog and then theoretically don't have a way to pick it up, the Nomad can actually survive better against like combat and stuff, in combat and things. I don't know. That's just my thought process. Would love to draw a land here. They do just Tithing Blade. Ancient Den, Thraben Inspector. No land. Well, hope they don't have a way to pick up the Tithing Blade. Just play our 2-drop. Ugh, I mean, Tithing Blade decks have got to be the worst for us because we just do not have a lot of creatures. We're trying to go all in on 1, and this is a surefire way to lose against Glintblade. They have a Refurb. I kind of think Hyena Umbra is useless against a Tithing Blade opponent, so let's just get rid of that. Skyfisher, and they didn't just want to pick up Tithing Blade and kill our guy again? I guess they don't know how important it is now, but to us. They do pick up the Tithing Blade, though. They just don't care to use it this turn. Another Watchdog. We'll play the Watchdog and pass the turn. They have a Swamp, so if they have a Glint Hawk, they could just, like, double Tithing us. Although they just go to combat and hit for 4. Oh, they have... Brutal. Okiba, and then I guess they don't quite have the artifacts to replay the Refurb. I guess Crew Shock and another Crew Shock. Trample and Lifelink I think is important and good. Vulpikeet is good. Yeah, I think we're doing double Crew Shock. We really need a land here. They might not have realized that they can't replay the Refurb right here. Come on, no land. Outrageous. I'm just going to attack with both. If they block here, this loses a counter, but I feel like I'm just going to sack it to a Tithing Blade, so it doesn't really matter anyway. Because I want to keep the guy that can survive against a Okiba Gang Shinobi with the Snakeskin Veil on it. They play a Tithing Blade. I'll sack the Nomad. They have the Glint Hawk. Bounce the Tithing, replay it. Yeah, we're dead. I just then have 4 drops in hand, and we're never going to get there. Well, this is where the Dust to Dusts come in. Ram Through's decent. Llanowar Elves we definitely want for the Tithing Blades as extra creatures. Hydras are also good against Tithing Blade. The Vulpikeet and the Great Horn, not so much. So I think we'll cut a few of those. But again, our whole game plan is just kind of preyed upon by this deck. No lands. No creatures that are cheap enough, and all these high numbers that I probably should have cut a couple of, but they usually also play some cast downs. No lands again. All right, what a fun game. We'll keep this. Put back 3 planes. See if there's any way we can win. I mean, if they have basically nothing, like if we just play Solitaire, we draw like, nope, already wrong. We needed a land into a Vulpikeet into Armadillo Cloak with them having nothing. Duress, take our Snakeskin Veil. Basilica, pick up their land. Generous Ent. Sure, cycle that for a land. Hit for 3. Concede when they cast Tithing Blade. That's our strategy right now. Grim Bauble. I mean, that's going to work too. Bauble, Glint Hawk, replay Bauble. I guess we'll see what we draw. Nice, a Ram Through. Let's play a 2-3 Hydra. Lembas, and they pass. It's such a victory to have not lost this Hydra, and now, what do we even do? Just attack with the 2-3, I guess. Pass the turn. They Insight the Bauble. I guess I'm going to ram through this in case they have a cast down or something that they draw. But I'm pretty sure, again, we die if they have any removal. We just need to draw all of our best ways to pump this Hydra without them ever killing it. And that's how we win. Easy. Standard Bearer. Well, that's just rude. Especially after I just used my ram through. Attack for 2. Play our lands in case they want to make us discard them with their ninjas. Different ninja. Mukatai. Sure, we'll take 3. Replay Standard Bearer. Basilica. I could still mutate onto this, but I don't really see how we get out of this one. So let's just not waste any more time. Well, we got a 2-3 with the deck. 2-3, not terrible. I mean, I wasn't really expecting that much with this kind of a brew. It's a cool idea, but probably just a little too volatile, too easy to be disrupted by both interaction, which we very much were ready for, you know, cast downs and the like with the Umbras and the Snakeskin Veils. Unfortunately, Edicts just get us too good, so maybe there's a way to play around that. I could have Colony Gardens in the deck to help a little bit, or we could just have more one-drop elves and things like that. We did have slow starts and a lot of top-heavy hands. When we're looking at it here, it doesn't feel like it should be that top-heavy, but then again, I guess I've put all of these in the 3-drop slot because that's what we're hoping for them to be, but if we have to cast them by themselves, it's more like this, which makes it a lot more awkward. So definitely some kinks to be worked out, but kind of a cool deck. I mean, making the Watchdog into a 5-6 right away, no, 6-7 right away attacking is just really, really cool, and definitely a fun deck. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks to my supporters, including my monthly $10 and up supporters, including Howard Granger, Rafa Rodriguez, JDNPX, Adam Cadmon, Apple Beta Pie, Halkaz, Cody Cowell, and Sty. I really appreciate your support, and I will see you all next time.